Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Updates with Precious. You always give me joy to bring on an update of matter than what they share for inside Nigeria. Today not Saturday, so on to the Our Best Saturday. The Our Best Saturday did not come without a basbos because a lot of basbos still dey happen for inside the political terrain for Nigeria. As usual, my belly is sweet way to bring on an update of matter because if I don't gossip with you, who will? Who will? We will. Now maybe your minister for information. Welcome to the show. Make I begin give you some matter than what I carry for grant, and then I let you in on who my guest be and the matter we be say we won't tackle this night. Sharply, sharply. Okay, importers, brokers protest as customs highs clearing fees again. Again. Oga Tinubu, now wetin people come dey shout, wetin will do you? Now, Peter Obi won Rivers State in 2023 elections. Results were changed. Amechi, in fact, Amechi talk a lot of things this period. So it be like say I go carry all the things we talk join together because it too plenty. It be like say this evening now about Amechi and the importers. Fayemi and I started opposition coalition against Tinubu. Now the same thing when he talk Amechi too. And then we move again. Why he be say he can't talk other things. I say he just they talk. He talk plenty things recently. He talk plenty things. 2027 gives condition. 2027, Amechi gives condition to support ADC presidential candidate. That one safe day, and we'll also put mouth inside that matter. South. How coalition stands in River State, Edo, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Delta and Bayelsa State. We'll also look into that matter. Meanwhile, for inside Lagos State, what would they? 2027, Ambode backs Tinubu, denies ADC governorship bid. Say, I know deal, my hand no deal. I don't wash my hand. I them bomb me where make I no support Babasokwe. They're not my hand no day inside though. We will support Tinubu for addressing Igbo needs. Ndi Igbo says it. That Ohaneze say we will support Tinubu for addressing Igbo needs since 1969. Say no other president don't address the need of Igbo people. No other president don't address the need of Igbo people like Tinubu. Say because of that, they go support him. No one will block you from joining us. Enugu APC, don't Ashon, come here. You can join us. Nobody go stop you. Meanwhile, River State illegal sole administrator conducting poll, LG poll has implications. Article 9 on the one. And then 2027, Tinubu will get more northern votes despite Buhari's death. Dayo Adeyeye na the talk down. Well, all this matter and more now will carry comfort the mod for now. But sharply, make I just introduce my guest. We be say I get for inside the studio. Him, na person will be saying that the General Secretary General or General Secretary of the Nigerian Association of hey, I don't forget that name. Oh, I don't forget that name. But make a sure invite and come inside the house. You go remind me again. I don't know why. Why did I not do my due diligence? Quick. Okay. Oga Godfrey and Mecca Wosu, they join us virtually for inside the studio. Oga Godfrey and Mecca Wosu, thank you so much for joining us inside the studio. You be the Secretary General of National Association of remind me, I beg, Nigerian freight
Government
forwarders.
government
Government
approved
approved freight
paper.
forwarders. Secretary General. Okay, yeah. The scrib one, overall scrib, general scrib of government approved freight forwarders. Good evening, and thank you so much for obliging me. So I'll play you a video of your people protesting, and then I would also ask a few questions based on the recent bill that has been passed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A lot of people don't understand waiting they happen, and one of the reasons I call you here tonight to quickly give us an insight for waiting they happen. First of all, we hear say importers and freight brokers across Nigeria are voicing strong opposition to the Nigerian Customs Service's latest increase in clearing fees, warning that the move will further strain the economy and push up the cost of goods. Now, the new tariff adjustment replaces previous charges with a 4% fee, a 4% free on board, that is FOB levy, significantly raising the cost of clearing imported goods, especially vehicles and other high value items. Many in the industry say the decision was implemented abruptly without sufficient notice for business owners to adjust. Now, stakeholders fear, according to the report, that the higher fees will stifle trade, worsen inflation, and make essential goods even less affordable for Nigerians already battling rising prices. Now, importers warn that some goods may remain stuck at ports, while others could be diverted to neighboring countries with lower duties, increasing the risk of smuggling. because Cotonou is a business partner with us now. When they get to do with that, Nigerians now they prefer to go Cotonou. Now, industry groups argue that the timing of the hike is particularly damaging, as many businesses are still recovering from recent economic shocks. They are calling on the customs to suspend the new charges and engage in proper constitution or a consultation rather with the trading community to find a more balanced solution. While customs has made minor concessions, including allowing some declarations to be resubmitted under previous rates, importers insist that a full review is necessary to protect both business owners and consumers. Now, the standoff between traders and customs highlights the growing tension between government revenue generating agencies and the need to support economic growth. As protests gain momentum, all eyes are on the authorities, especially President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on whether or not he would perhaps, oblige them and do something about it. Now let's take that video where they were protesting in it.
RX 010, 1 million surface duty. Hey, we don't die, we don't die. IOS 330 010, 1 million surface duty, total million 3.8.
Okay, so we don't see this one will happen now. So Oga Godfrey, I beg, help us explain within this one mean to Nigerians, and especially to we did the consumption side, we did at the end. How it could take affect ordinary Nigerian and make we understand. First of all, you go explain the policy to us and this judgment, this new policy by government or this new increment, and then how if it take affect ordinary Nigerians, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I'm trying to uh, uh, set a content of this discussion because what you have so far emphasized on is the government increment on clearance of goods from the ports.
Yes.
But there are three different issues on database on tax.
Please help us outline all of them. I just use this as
that
a
is
case study. I just use this increment as a case study. So help us outline all of them so that we understand all that we need to understand about this. Please, sir.
Okay. One is the reintroduction of 4% charge for customs. They call it FEC,
Oh, okay.
FCE.
Okay.
For the purpose of servicing customs on their budgets, both salary, personnel, salary maintenance, and all around what they call funding of the service of Nigerian Customs Service. That's 4%. This was made into law at 2023 April, sometime a date in April 2023.
That is now when this before this administration take over, now they turn them into law.
It was made a law and signed into an act signed into law in 2023 under alongside the Custom Act, Custom and Research Act Management Act 2023, which was reviewed. It was an amendment from the old SEMA, Custom as Custom Exercise and Management Act to Customs Act 2023. Therein, 4% charge was introduced into the database of goods import duty.
Okay.
Like I said, that money, that approval was given for customs who have been underfunded all this while to have fund for their running, for the maintenance of personnel and other issues that have to do with customs, like salary, welfare, infrastructural, IT, the equipment improvement, and also not. Now, custom have no reason again to go to the National Assembly for approval of what they call it annual allocation. They now get it directly. As soon as the duties are paid on traded goods, that amount is straight away meant for the custom service. before the reintroduction of this act. Initially, it was introduced sometime early this year, precisely May, when it was introduced. It met a very heavy
Resistance. Okay.
resistance that made the president of the Federal Republic to say, take custom, suspend it, make enough time to sensitize the trading public and the stakeholders, and then make sure that you carry out every arms of what they call it, the engagement within the traders and the freight forwarders, as importers and freight forwarders, which they have been doing since then. And now the National Assembly realized that that law has not been implemented by the Customs Service and Ministry of Finance. They gave them marching order to implement it, which they now modified and implemented it into the portal, trade portal, where you now, when you make a declaration for imports, that 4% is not inclusive. Before now, there was 7%, there was 1%. On approval, with immediate approval and the implementation of that 4%, the 7% and 1%, which the National Assembly made clear that they are not backed by law, was dropped. They are no longer part of database for duty collections. Presently, if you go for input of data collection for traded goods like imports, no importer pays 7%, no importer pays 1% again. Although there have been misconception about the 7%. People are still arguing that custom is still collecting 7% plus the 4%. That notion is wrong. 7% is meant for the what they call it, maintenance of port and infrastructures, which is deductible after duty have been remitted in TSA into the TSA account.
The treasury single account.
For the purpose of central treasury's whatever account. For the purpose of what they call it, the tripartite federal allocations, the federal, the state, and local government allocation, that is where they derive this fund that is being disbursed to the 3 tiers of government, as the federal, the state, and local government.
Yes.
So many people who don't understand this policy has mistaken it for that the 7% government custom is still collecting 7%. 7% is not meant for custom use. Basically, what the Federal Executive Council through the National Assembly has approved for customs is 4%. So there are conflicting report or impression being sold out to the general public concerning these
Okay,
what they call it.
All right, so the problem be say Nigerians go really understand, because why it be say, for instance, these people they protest if it be say it won't be anything additional. That's one. And secondly, Nigerians don't they complain before time. Say as this administration come into power, the cost of clearing a 40-feet container don't they like say it don't almost double. It don't go up where. So if he help us clear, and now since we person will be say they that department, what's be the cost of clearing a 40-feet container, considering say Nigeria an import dependent country? And what's be the thing where they go on? Because some people they talk say a lot of wuru they go on because some kind fees will be say they're not supposed to be. In fact, I don't want to mention what I have discovered or uncovered based on my investigation and customs own input and all that. But I would like make it clear us and why it could be problem for Nigerians, especially now where we say the economy hard for people.
The basic, if anybody who is really following the economy of Nigerian economy, the major problem we have presently is the high exchange rate.
Absolutely.
High exchange rate that has to do with the Central Bank of Nigeria, whose responsibility is to control exchange rate. Take note that the cost of purchase of one item in China, one item in America, one item, for instance, say a laptop computer. A laptop computer, if it were sold for, say, $500 in 2020, the price has not changed in the US. It has not changed in China. Neither has it changed in Japan.
Wow. But our own price don't skyrocket here for Nigeria because of exchange rate.
That is the reason. Wow. Now, if you compare the exchange rate as at 2023, Naira to dollar, and compare exchange rate Naira to dollar in 2025, you will discover that when you do the multiplication, exchange value into naira and equivalent in naira, $500 equivalent in naira, the exchange rate in 2023, and the exchange rate of $5,000 in 2025. You see the difference. And this is what has given rise to the cost, not just clearing, cost of cost of goods in the both in the closed market, that's market, and in the open market. So if exchange rate has remained where it was as at 1 year ago, there won't be reason for us to complain about high cost of
Now
living.
make
That on
make
its
we
own.
understand something. Now, waiting make this na problem. Now, because of say customs, they also charge in dollar for some of these clearings. Now, because of that, because some of this
No,
I the ask, could it be one of the reasons why it's a problem for importers? Considering say most of the things and way those supermarkets where you talk about they sell, na things where they imported. So the price where they use buy am no change, but the price where they use clear am enter inside Nigeria change. That be the problem. Eh.
yes, me and you know. We know, say, here, now, uh, what you take, the amount where I take buy this phone wow for hand now, 3 months ago, it's not the same amount anybody want to buy it now will buy it.
Yes.
And nobody will they happy to spend money.
At all. You need to tell
Nobody.
everybody to spend money.
No, nobody they like to spend
I'm
money
not sure
when
say
get.
Dangote they don't like
Uh,
debit
uh,
alert, sef. Everybody know like debit alert.
and most everybody prefer credit. Anybody where you see now, if once you see the face go brighten up. But when you see ordinary bank charges of 50 naira being removed from a particular transaction, the owner of that transaction will go far, go the query, say, how come this thing happened? Because he's losing money. So the reason why you see people complain or why they are reacting is because the amount is that they are using now to clear goods from port has tripled by almost 120% or 150%. Before now, it was not like that. And then
Oh.
when something that before now we would take like 1 million, 1,500,000, bring one container of 40 feet out from the port to the warehouse. And the same goods where they import some, let's take for instance, where they import maybe these home use goods like what they call it, household goods, which they sell. Now, if you want to bring that 40 feet out from the port, now the on custom alone, you'll be looking at something close to say about 12 million. Then when you add
From about 1
yes,
million to about 12 million.
yes, when
Whoa.
you not no, I'm not saying it was 1 million, I'm
You're
giving you an
giving
instance.
instance. Yeah, you're giving
Yeah,
us an
so
instance.
when you look at now, when you add the cost of the shipping line, that's the transport where the thing take come enter Nigeria,
Coming into
and the
Nigeria.
cost where the thing go from Nigerian port wharf go warehouse, put together, you see the lowest amount where the cost freight forwarder, custom broker now to deliver 140-footer container, depending on the item, it's not less than 20 million naira. That's against what we used to do before. And mind you, no importer. Importer is not paying duty. Ask me how. The
How?
market, anything we say for market, if you buy in market, say 10 naira, here now, to bring her out, come make her, go reach her like 15 naira. From 10 naira to 15 naira. That difference, you go add them to that goods when they sell. That is why
Hey.
maybe when you want to go and buy something like a fridge now, you hear 400,000. Now fridge where they sell,
My
like
fridge not there for 200,000 again for Nigeria. Oh.
I'm
Now
giving you
so
an
the thing
instance.
go up, go
I,
up.
I just a give instance.
And that
So that
instance work
importer,
well, well
that
because me, I
importer,
don't share for the experience of that instance now. Go
uh-huh,
ahead, sir.
that
Mm,
that importer,
mm.
you know they lose money, oh, because anything it costs them to bring out these goods from
You go
the
add
port,
them for the thing.
it they add them there. So indirectly, who is paying the duty?
Now
Now me they pay, now you they pay.
Nigerians. Oh.
When you buy that goods where they buy at that prevailing cost at that moment, you are paying the duty, oh. That duty the
Hey.
man paid when they pay to government to get that goods out, you are paying it back. That you are the
So
one paying the duty. So and
now
when
what's
you
make
look at
all of us suppose they concerned about this situation now? Or anything
why
we
we
get
should be concerned,
Go ahead, sir.
You see, like the background video that is playing here.
Yes,
Most
sir.
of these people we see at this background video and
Mm.
are not well informed about the
What is
happenings
going on? Okay.
most of them. Some of them here now, you stop them and ask them, "What's the problem? Why are you cussing or why are you rioting?" They won't give you the reason. They will tell you they say custom they collect. They say most people we see here in this background video I'm watching now. Some of them have not gone close to the practice or the process of getting goods cleared from the port.
So they don't even
These are
understand what they are
they
purchasing.
don't understand. Some are here just trying to follow the crowd and make noise that because they feel everybody feel that the policy is bad, the government is not helping anybody. But there is need also, despite the fact that we are complaining about the government and the leadership, the policies, there are needs for you to also understand where it is coming from. Customs is not the problem.
Our
Um, the,
lawmakers, we don't put the law initially, and then be the problem now.
Those are the
Based on this one.
people you should ask question why. These people are
Mm.
Nigerians. They know that the times are hard. The condition standard of living now is far below what it used to be before. And they will go to National Assembly and enact acts and sign into law. And these things they discuss it within the assembly, the legislators, and pass it to the presidency, and they go there and defend it. No ordinary man or core practitioner or those who own that sector has the privilege of telling the presidency that this law has these consequences, has this advantage or this disadvantage. Once they go there, they push it in. The president will ask, they will defend, they are the one that defends that law before the presidency and give him reasons why it has to fly. It will sign into
Okay.
law.
All
And
right, sir.
when it's signed
Mm.
into law, you
Mm.
discover that people will begin to react. All these policies are inimical.
So,
It's inimical.
so now wetin make I wan talk about that matter now? Perhaps now part of wetin ABC Nigerians also need to understand. Do you think it would have been fair for, first of all, the lawmakers not to understand, to read the room, to read the mood of the country, especially understanding wetin you sef don talk, say things don hard. Shebi na dem make a mockery of us the other day for inside the house, say let the poor breathe. Dem pass a bill to let the poor breathe. Eh? So they
Mm,
suppose know say
mm.
the poor no dey breathe now. And anything wey dey laws wey they make wey try to cause any form of increment or anything, not be the importers of those kind of people they punish. Now the Nigerian masses, because the bill go dey passed on to Nigerian masses. So they're not supposed to get common sense to know say that kind of thing will affect Nigerians. That's one. And then the person will come accent the bill will be the president and get a coordinating minister of the economy. So if assuming say the lawmakers, because of say they not be economists, they don't understand. But the coordinating minister of the economy supposed understand, say this thing at the end of the day, a normal business person and importer will pass this bill to Nigerians. And Nigerians are already shouting that things are too hard under your administration. So we get the tax reform bill will be one also cause problem. Different things the way people don't talk. Since this administration coming, band A increase tariff, the subsidy removal, things there where they choke Nigerians already. Is it also the right time to also accent to such bill and approve that it be implemented? That's the question people are asking. There is a bit
We,
insensitive on the part of government.
we should be very clear and honest about it. This is
Mm.
not a productive government. We are not in a productive economy.
Ew.
We are not in a productive economy. We are not
Economy.
applying a productive economy.
Hell.
We
Mm.
are practicing expenditure economy. We
Mhm.
are in a borrowing economy. We are in an economy where those legislators who make laws are living in affluence because it is not coming from their pains. They are not the ones that trade these goods, that raise this money. They are not the ones in the labor market. You and I know how often their obstacles and allowance has been increased. What are
Silently.
we? What are we? Yes, they will not tell anybody. Rather, they will build into one what do you call it? Economic reform or the other. What are we doing to increase our export? Export brings in foreign exchange. What is the volume of export? If you are a non-export economy, you should limit your borrowing power to be able to cushion
But
the
this
fair.
administration, you did the department. This administration just make boast of say now then don't get the highest non-oil exports for Nigeria since I see the we see the results now. Then get
Uh,
very
the,
good.
the, the, They
Sir?
declared about 1.8 billion US
Mm,
dollars
mm,
export revenue
uh-huh,
collected.
uh-huh, uh,
Now, the question you should ask is, what are the commodities being exported?
uh. They
What
say cocoa, plenty.
commodities?
Cocoa.
Is it solid? Is it solid mineral? Is it crops? What commodities are we exporting? Are we also adding the export the value we get from a human export? Is it the what they call it, a right or intellectual right export we're exporting by Jackpot syndrome? Is that what we are adding up as export accruement? What and what? If you were telling Nigerians that this government is the highest revenue earner in export, what have you? You'll be able to itemize what you exported to arrive onto that declaration or that amount you are declaring that you've been generated from the export. What have you exported? We export 1.8 billion. Did they tell you how much it has cost us to borrow? Dangote stop buying crude in dollars. As this, let me not go into areas that are not what you're asking me. So, in the course of this discussion, let us understand what we are doing. Let nobody fool anybody. Days are gone. Look, COVID opened Nigerians their productive brain. COVID made Nigerians to know that as an individual, you can do something different. If not COVID, many people wouldn't have gone into entrepreneurship, into SMEs that would today now is part of our economic growth. So if you asking why, how did we get here, it should be you there should be able to know that it's about the policies of government. It's not me, it's not you. And these policies are made irrespective, without consideration to the well-being or how Nigerians feel about all these policies. They are using theory, what do you call it? Theory, yes, theory,
No
the
be
law of
practical.
theory to make policies.
Because this government don't come also tell us now, say things don't the economy don't stabilize now. The economy don't fine. But before we could just leave this government enter corner, which implication will these things really happen now get for inside our imports revenue for Nigeria? Considering say some people they talk say now waiting make a lot of people don't they consider or don't they prefer to go through the Cotonou routes and other neighboring countries route instead of using us. So and then in this making the or in creating most of these our policies, are we not supposed to also consider our other neighbors and how much in the charge so that it go our pricing go they competitive enough to stop any blockade? You think say these things what they do, put all these things in place, then consider all of these factors before they do these things what they do. You think so?
It's it's a being sincere to ourselves too. For once
Mm,
again, we should consider how much is it costing an importer to bring a one container from through Cotonou to
mm,
Nigeria.
mm.
Yes, it will be very cheap in Cotonou. When you get to the
Hell,
when you get to
when you
Nigerian
go to the
border,
border, now there you
when
go
you get
see
to
them.
Nigerian borders, Nigerian trade policy
Custom.
apply. And
Eh,
because yes, trade policy applies. We're talking about the import duty collections and whatever,
mm,
whatever. And
mm,
then when they get to the border, they evade revenue duty collections. How? That is why the way you see high level of smuggling activities. No sincere trader. Take it. Statistics have shown it. Cotonou port is not,
mm,
I think, is 3 times the port of Tinkan Island port. The size of one Tinkan Island port, if you put Cotonou port into 3, that is what the cargo throughput in Tinkan is all about. Any trader, any sincere trader who is genuinely doing genuine business will not take Cotonou port for import channel. He will go through this. But because already some of them have intentions of smuggling, some of them have insincerity in declaration. Those are the people you see go through Cotonou, Lume border.
mm,
You look at the stress you pass through. A vessel that would have come to Lagos port, to an airport, to Warri port, and bet your container or your goods will be discharged there. From there, you pick it into the Nigerian market. Now you take it to Cotonou or Lume port, clear it from there, pay all statutory charges. No, in that country, you don't evade, they don't lose 1 naira. You will pay all statutory charges in that country without paying 1 naira. But when you
they
come to
come begin
Nigeria,
carry corner
when
corner
you
carry
come
am
to
to Nigeria.
when you come to Nigerian trade process, some of them will begin to query, why is this amount this? Why you didn't query it in, the neighboring country port where you paid even to the cover of what you do there? Then no,
Mm.
look, it's the common sense thing. I'm not holding brief for anybody. This is a system.
Mm.
This is a
So
system
what if
where
they say that they pay for other countries? Come on, I when they reach for their own country, they go the question why they go get to pay them. But you not
of
thinking that because
course,
of say our own fee they higher now. What make the question them?
if no matter how low Nigerian naira is today, it is not. It has not come to level of at par with SEFA, with CFA. It has not. So when you
No, no, no,
pay
no.
certain,
Safer is now higher than Naira, sir. I can tell you that very, very authoritatively. I mean, I
you
traveled
don't
just
understand.
not too
You
long
don't
ago.
understand what
Safer is
is
now higher.
get my
So
get
explain,
my
explain, sir.
get my narrative here.
Mm.
Get my narrative here.
Okay, sir.
SEFA is higher
Okay,
to
sir.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
to Naira.
Yes.
Why is somebody who has good intention to bring cargo into Nigeria using that
That's route that is higher.
trade
Mm.
channel? When you know
Mm.
that the currency you are using there is far higher
It's
than your
higher
own exchange country.
currency.
So if
Yes.
you look at it, there's no sincerity in using that trade channel to bring goods
Mm.
into Nigeria.
I
If it
get you.
were to be that it's low, the currency is lower. I mean, sorry for the placement of narrative there. If the SEFA were to be lower to Naira, you say it's because it's lower. But now it's a bit up above Naira exchange value. So common sense would tell you that these traders are using that trade channel to bring goods here are not sincere traders. The genuine and
Mm.
sincere traders come through Nigerian ports. And when they come, those genuine and sincere traders pay the much needed revenue for cargo clearance. When they pay it, their cargo, yes, there are some skirmishes here onto corruption and no corruption. I'm not absorbing the custom of that. There are those elements are still there. You cannot take it away because of insincere declaration. Some declarations will make. If custom really want to work, no container will leave the Nigerian port. If they want to work end to end in line with their with the act or what the tariff headings says, no
Mm.
goods will leave Nigerian port.
Why?
The
I like
cost
you to
of
explain.
clearing, the, the cost of clearing will be very high, and
Why?
nobody will tamper invoices. Nobody will tamper invoices.
Now
Goods
I
that
have
are
a lot. I have a lot of question in that direction. That's why I asked you why. I have a problem with the
hold
Nigerian government. Okay,
on,
sir. Go ahead, sir.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. Why? No invoice aside from forex that is valid for forex. Cargo that are financed through banks funding as valid for foreign exchange.
Mhm.
Not valid for foreign exchange. No importer will tender the original invoice for which it bought those goods for custom duty collection. If you tender it, you will not sell it in Nigerian market. It's either
Because
you
it will be too
you import
expensive.
substandard. Yes, it's either that is what leads to substandard product they bring now to make sure they sell it in the market. If you import 100% standard products and you tender your invoice for custom duty collection, 100% invoice value, you cannot bring that cargo. If you bring it out, nobody will buy it for your hand in Nigeria because the cost of purchase will be too high above the trading
Is it the
market.
cost of purchase now or
What
the
they call
cost of clearing it based on the
the cost
relevant
of
duties?
clearing will make.
Mm.
Now, listen, the cost of clearing a proper genuine invoice declared for revenue collections, the cost of clearing it will be higher than the purchasing cost. So, which trader will
Now they
want to do
come.
that?
Now there exactly. There where you did gone that bus stop. Now they come so now. That bus stop where you did. Now I won't come meet you. Now wetin be the reason wey make government exempt some people from forex, some products from forex, especially products wey dem know say we need dey fit produce. Either we can't produce or we don't even produce for sufficiency. Why exempt them from forex? Not be then they put us on the problem where we did. That's not the question why I ask because I don't see any reason why, for instance, you would stop importation of, for instance, laptops, or you would remove what did they call them? You go remove forex for importation of laptop. You go remove forex for importation of cars. You go remove forex for importation of spare parts. He go remove forex for importation of. There are so many things. You know why? Because we know that even though we may be producing those things, we're not even producing them enough for our consumption. Ordinary Gary, sir. Do you know that Gary, Nigerian Gary now? China don't import for us. Gary, oil, palm oil, will be our normal, export before, where some of our great grandfathers used reach for export of palm oil. Palm oil is now being imported. Why? Because we no longer produce enough for our consumption. So when you know you have a problem, of course, you know what's happening with the agricultural sector now, with all this violence and all that, not letting people farm. And that's one of the reasons why we don't produce enough, for sufficiency. So when you know you have a crisis at hand, why not face and deal with the reason why you have those crises instead of you to just surmount levy on top? You put levy for the phone money wey I go use buy phone. You know say you no go fit produce this phone for Nigeria. You put levy for the money I go use buy laptop, car. You know say we no dey produce am for Nigeria. What is the essence? I don't understand the economics behind that. Maybe now to make people like you go fit help explain. Because at the end of the day, be like say government they deliberately suffer people, just like you said it now. If people were to be charged the correct duty for some of the products that they bring in, we're not going to buy them. So now we make somehow customs they help them maneuver the situation. But why should we even increase tariff or have the kind of duty that we have in those particular products in the first place when we already do not produce them for our sufficiency? That's the question. It baffle me, not vex. So as I ask you that question.
Yeah, okay. One thing first. Duty rates did not change.
Okay.
An item that is paying 20% remains 20%.
I agree. Now the items, the choices of items, that's what my concern is now. The choices of the items we do then.
Good. The first question you asked here is why exemption of some categories of
Yes.
importers from. It all depends.
Okay, so
We have finished products and unfinished products.
okay.
Finished products that are imported into the economy does not create employment. Unfinished products create employment. How? Some of these commodities will come in, be taken to the factories where they are being used. Labor forces will be required, or labor will be
To
employed
refine them.
to complete the process. Complete the process of production. Note, complete the process of production.
Okay.
And such manufacturers or such industries who have been confirmed to the level of integrity, what they call it, integrity, that has a level of high integrity in importation declaration and sincere duty payment, are granted some level of concession or some level of waiver to enable them accommodate the cost of running their factories. I'm not holding brief for the government. That is real case scenario. The question is, how many of these people that are being granted waiver or granted non forex are qualified for it? How many of them? Majority of these people you see that enjoy this are politicians. They get that approval for waiver from the government insincerely. They will use it to do business, and the same commodity they will bring out under that concession will be sold at the same market cost with the ones that did not enjoy
You
any
don't bring me back to the same question now. So at the end of the day, now these areas the neither corruption they will be put us a problem.
No, you cannot absorb any of these processes of corruption or corrupt practices or corrupt process. So there is, I don't want to talk about because issues of security are not to be discussed in the open. Asking me why they are not using to take care of this or that. I'm not in a position to attend to security questions,
No,
security
I was just
matters.
giving an instance. I totally respect that.
Okay. What I'm basically trying to give my little knowledge about or understanding is area of trade policies and trade processes. These are the areas I'm trying to make a case. If today if we decide today that some of us, even Nigerians decide today to be sincere, the government has no case with them. There are some importers, there are some traders that are sincere, that will bring in cargo here and tell you what they have if you Google the manufacturer, they will tell you, the manufacturer will tell you the same amount in the invoice. That's what they are carrying. Such traders, such importers are not having any problem with government. And those are people who are now under the authorized economic operators. That's now, before that was under fast track. So such people, but how many of them? The ones that are that don't have this integrity are higher in number than those that have this integrity. So that there's no way we can compare it. There's no way we can compare it. We now, like a free forwarder, how many of us are sincere with our declarations? How many of some of us are defending this importer just to make sure they will remain in business? So
So the importers themselves get
it's
their
an
own for
open
body.
end insincerity in declaration. They will not tell you the truth.
So now let's look at this thing wouldn't just implement. Now some people they insinuate, say, oh, it will make the cost of imported cars more expensive, whether to Kumba or brand new. It will make the cost of vehicle parts more expensive and other items. Do you agree, based on the analysis you've given us so far?
That it will make the cost, yeah, FOB, additional FOB to trade declaration is obviously not going to help the price index. Rather, it will make it look to make it the cost higher. Reasons are because it's an additional cost in the clearing process. And once, assuming before now, you may for a container, 40-feet container is carrying about 3 or 4 vehicles, it may cost you like 5 to 8 million naira to bring it out. With the addition of FOB, 4% now on FOB, there's no way you expect that same duty range to be applied. You will be having something above 8 million. And each 1 naira that is added in duty is also added in cost of purchase. It's also added in cost of purchase. So let asking how it will affect the trading public. There's no way it will be sweet, it will be juicy. This is what everybody is asking for. Everybody's suffering it.
Okay.
Even the man that made it also buying the same open market, even abroad and bring it here.
But some people they complain. Say, just before I let you go, by the way, my final question, because I see that I've kept you for too long, so that I can move on to my political conversations. Now, some people they complain, say the cost of um duties for Nigeria generally they too high compared to neighboring countries. As I said earlier, should we not consider competition when we put in these duties then? And why our duties get to this so much, considering our population and the demand we were supposed to dey get?
Nigerian economy is heavily taxed. It's a tax economy.
I think say they say we need to pay tax before.
It's highly taxed. The tax you pay at our airports, the tax you pay in the open shop market. Nigeria is a highly taxed economy. So, and when an economy is highly taxed, it has a multiplier effect on the cost, purchasing and selling cost. Assuming that our economy is not heavily taxed, it will not be like that. Everything you buy in the market, assuming you pay 7.5% tax at the point of import, what is our value added tax for? So, sister, the discussion on why this thing is too much tax, yes, we want to begin to reduce application of taxes on commodities. The cost of bringing in these things will also be reduced. You get my point? So it's not as if anybody is being ignorant or we are pretending as if the whole thing is smooth. We're all feeling it. We're all feeling it. So
Thank you.
give and take.
Thank you so much, sir. I don't worry you well today. Oga Godfrey Emeka Nwosu will be the Secretary General of Nigerian Association of Government Approved
National Association of Government Approved for national, not Nigeria.
national, no be Nigerian. Na the end, sha.
Uh-huh.
And you say this one get with N because you know from France or Cotonou. We think say na Nigeria. So National Association of The government approved freight forwarders, Secretary General. Thank you so immensely for helping us put into perspective all of this conversation. I hope so next time when I call you, you go people love sit down, make we talk about and again too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye, sir. All right, so make we move enter inside another conversation. So earlier, I told you guys that there was a protest, which has explained the perspective of that protest to us. In case you missed it earlier, I'll quickly play that video to you again, and then we'll go straight to other issues where BC day for grant today as we get to concern politics and government.
RX 010, 1 million surface duty. Hey, we don't die, yo. We don't die, yo. IOS 330 010, 1 million surface duty, total million 3.8.
All right, so that's now earlier when EB say people then when they import things, so say they no go agree for inside this new 4%. So EB say the hard way or don't explain to us as exactly it take happen. So if you know, follow us from the beginning of this conversation. If you go back later when the live finish, make you go back, go watch so that you go hear all the insights when give and the proper explanation when you give to the matter we did grant. But before we open phone lines, make we enter inside politics and as we get to do with other matter we concern politics, I tell on I say Wike don't talk. Did I say Wike? No, no, no. What? How did Wike enter my mouth in this conversation now? It's actually Chibike Amechi. So Chibike Amechi don't talk plenty things in one day. Now you talk all these plenty things, and we'll begin to look at them one at a time. So first of all, Indo admits say Peter Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party, nine win the 2023 presidential election for inside River State. He said, I can agree with you to some extent that Obi won River State election, but I don't know how the results were changed, according to them. Now, this comment, it come spark new controversy onto waiting INEC do and how the election take place. There's a video that I posted on my page. Of course, that video I think has been making the round since it's been available since 2 years ago when the election finished on waiting actually happened to INEC server on the day where this thing happened. I don't know if I should even play you that video. I don't know if I should go ahead and play you that video. I don't know if I should. Okay, let's finish with Amechi's story. I'll go back and play you the video. So yes, that video has been available since 2 years when a particular young man who is an IT engineer, a tech engineer, came out to explain based on his investigation on what really happened for inside the election. But make we finish this politics matter so that we could begin look at waiting in talk one by follow. So yeah, so that was Amechi admitting that indeed the River State election was rigged and it was rigged in favor of course, PDP, right? It was rigged in favor of APC
Was
at that
okay.
time. However, he no explain exactly how it be say it take rate. But that this story not be news to us, by the way, because we also know say we hear waiting it be say Premium Times came up with a report not long after the election explaining the things and the magomago will happen for inside River State during that election and all that. So this not be news to a lot of people. No, they surprise at all. And still talking about the Chibike Amechi and the matter. He don't confess. So saying him and Oga Kayode Fayemi saying that two of them joined together. In fact, make I play some things and when you talk then something we get to do with some questions when you answer spark a lot of controversy. I'm coming to that because there's a lot to talk about with Amechi today. So the former transport minister also don't reveal saying him and former Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi saying that them initiate the formation of the opposition coalition now working to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So unlike people they talk say na Atiku coalition, no be Atiku coalition. Now them actually initiates the coalition. Now speaking during an X-Space discussion titled "Weekend Politics," the former River State Governor said the coalition began as a private conversation between himself and Fayemi before the two decided to bring other political heavyweights into it. Bottom line, now waiting to talk with that. And also him today, he talk a lot of things. He talk a lot of things today. He also don't talk, say, for him to support the presidential, any presidential candidate will emerge for the ADC, say the ADC must get a free and fair primaries. As a matter of fact, people come to look at like say, come. Is he trying to talk about Obi? Because he was like, if you think, say, he made a comment about if you think you're popular, come and test your popularities during the primaries election. So people going to talk say you can only speak about primaries election because you know it's always heavily dollarized. How about if we throw the primaries election into open primaries and not the kind of primaries we have with delegates where on go buy them off? How about that? But some people they talk say buying off delegates now part of the politics way they or being able to convince delegates now part of the politics way they for inside um, you know as it gets to do with the tussle. So what do you really think? I would like to take your opinion on that. But still talking about that, he also did say uh, he spoke about the coalition or the state of the coalition in the Akwa Ibom, in fact the entire southeast, and for inside that same conversation, and then yeah, that's part of what he spoke about. But then there is a video, I mean, a clip of where Ibi said then somebody asked him a question, or one of the attendees from inside the space asked him a question about um, an economic question about what he could do to push down the inflation based on monetary policies or fiscal policies of government. What he could do, and people thought he didn't answer the question well, and he's been dragged like a pass my neighbor generator because of the way he's response to that question. Respond to that question. Make I go play on that
Different type of
response
question. I
first.
have a completely different
Please
question
do,
then.
please do.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Easy. Nigerian Central Bank currently uses a mix of high interest rates and currency management to control inflation, but this has also restricted credit and slowed growth. If you are president, would you back the CBN's current tightening stance on or push for looser policy? And specifically, what inflation target, exchange rate regime, and money supply growth rate would you aim for in your first 2 years? It's a very specific question with specific numbers. Thank you.
Okay, so first,
Sir, please, can you
before
unmute? It
responding,
seems like you've muted yourself.
all right. I just thought to bring it as raw as it was, so we
Is this
can.
Can you hear us, sir?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I said it's a good question. Unfortunately, I'm not an expert in finance, so I will keep the experts in finance to advise me on this.
Right,
Did I
thank
answer
you.
that question?
Can I, okay, maybe ask a much simpler question in a different way, not directly finance. In your opinion, do you think the CBN is doing the right thing when it comes to monetary policy, in your opinion?
If they were, the exchange rate won't be as high as it is now.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
very much, sir. Thank you very much. That's all my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah. So,
But
esteemed
All
host,
right. So this particular question, and in response to the question, don't cause Nigerians to be drag them so badly. Talk say he can imagine person will be saying won't come for presidency and get common idea of basic economic question we be say if you respond to. And then a lot of people don't talk. Say, excuse me, must he be an economist? Why do you put him on the spot to answer an economic question that he may not, be an expert in? And waiting make it be say every governor or president, they employ people will be saying an expert for different fields to fit advise them. I would really like to take a reaction on this response we be saying give. If it's in fact some people have compared him to Buhari, Tinubu, how many questions were they able to answer correctly when they were posed such questions? In fact, how many of our leaders even make themselves available for responding to questions like that? And people come to talk say, come, that is why debate is very important in our elections, because if we fit grill our politicians, and especially those we go feel lead us very well, perhaps we're not going to get all these kind of things and we be so talk. Because how do you have a leader who's not fully abreast on the things and we feel do for inside in country? That now waiting a lot of people they talk. So how do you have a leader when they are abreast on the things and we go do for in country people? We no understand waiting it be say he would do.
Was okay.
That's yeah. Waiting people to talk because and in fact people started comparing it, okay, but people were also dragging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he delegated people to respond to questions at Chatham House. That is not about the same thing, but do you think it's really the same thing? That's a question. I would really love to take your thought and opinion on this conversation. And then we will also go to that video. I'm sure you all would have seen that video that I posted earlier about that secret on waiting happen. Now, there was a lot I redacted. Redacted some areas in that conversation because I didn't want it to be tagged like a threat to a national threat or stuff like that. And it make me come out some areas for inside that the one way I post initially. But I will get to play that video back to you. But let's just go straight to other political conversations so that I go through phone lines open. I know send an awful way to call in. Now, former Lagos State Governor Kinwumi Ambode don't throw in full weight behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the 2027. He say in faith, say in fact, saying they back the president in absolute the leader say na absolute and unshakable. Say in faith and in backup for the president, it is absolute and unshakable. Now this one na as e be say a lot of people them don't they talk muno say Akinwumi Ambode go soon declare governorship ambition under ADC. And people can say, declare under ADC in Tinubu's Lagos, declare under ADC when you're not anointed. So Ambode quickly came and said, he had to clear the air. He said, I wish to publicly reaffirm my absolute and unshakable loyalty to the APC, the party under which I had the privilege of serving Lagos State as a governor, and to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, my leader, mentor, and a tireless champion for Nigeria's progress. Now, so Ambode talk. So that you go feel rest that matter where everybody don't want talk now. So that in case when I won't go bring problem for them in future now, making point am ahead of time. Sharp, 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 sharp. So no long thing, no delay at all. So he say he go support Tinubu. Now, Ohanes Ndibo, don't ask me which faction. I'm sure you know the faction of Ohanes Ndibo. On Friday, say they say the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the first time in 55 years since the end of the Nigerian Biafra War, don't demonstrate the strong commitment to addressing the needs of Southeast people in Igbo. No government don't address the need of Southeast people like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government. They name a lot of things where you don't do. The Southeast Development Commission to drive the economy and growth of the Southeast, the modernization of the Eastern Economic Corridor through the 3 billion projects to upgrade the Port Harcourt Aba Ebonyi, Enugu, Makodi, Lafia, Bauchi Railroad, where they never complete. Where I hear say they just stop for Port Harcourt since Aba since Livam, all of those issues. So now waiting if he say then they talk. So because of that, say then go vote president. All the Igbo people go vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do you think? As a matter of fact, speaking about that, the Enugu State Governor, members of the APC for Enugu State don't come to us. Okay, they come, APC, come. You can decamp. Nobody can stop you from decamping. Just come along, brother. Nobody go fit stop you. Say anybody wait fit stop you. Wait say they go fit stop you from the camping. Now lie then they lie. They not fit stop you from the camping. Make it come. Okay. And on the other hand, what are those stories? Of course, I told you yesterday that Atiku Abubakar don't talk. Say, if the sole administrator go ahead to conduct Lagos State, River State local government elections, say it is very illegal. And of course, now it is show of impunity and all the kind of things that will concern President Bola Ahmed Tinubu style of leadership. However, some people for inside Tinubu team don't talk. Say Tinubu go fit whether Buhari dey alive or not. Say him go get Jaga's vote for the North. Say the kind vote we go get for North there because Northerners love and die. Well, make I just bar break here. Go bring you that video because I actually read that some aspects, some key areas from inside that conversation earlier when I been when I've been put them as a record. But now we're inside my life, I can quickly play for the benefit of those that are live with me, so that I can hear every aspect of it. Because
the first one is where they host the website. The second one
is a conversation. I think this is a conversation between and a tech engineer. Yeah, okay, and someone.
The second one is where the beaver data is stored.
Okay.
The third one is the intermediary, is the link between when you collect data and you want to upload to the website. That's the third servers. Now, this is what happened. They switched off the two servers, the beaver server and the intermediary server. They switched it off. Now, when they switched it off, because I thought they logged me out of the system because I was like,
how did you know this though?
because I can hack the system.
Okay.
I'm a software engineer. It's literally not that hard.
Okay.
So I thought that there was actually someone better than me, because initially, truth be told, APC came to me and told me, can I help them to like win the election on the beavers? And I told them I was not interested.
Okay.
So and I suspected they were going to get someone else. And there's one more person that I could suspect that like he's also on my level that could do it, but he told me that he's not interested. So like he didn't do it.
Okay.
So like I now thought that I thought they found someone else. So I was monitoring the servers out of due diligence.
Yes.
And I now realized for some reason I could not log in. I now thought that they locked me out, or by some miracle we had a very serious cybersecurity team, but that's not what happened. They switched off the server. You cannot connect to something that is offline. So
Definitely.
when I found out they switched off the server, then I now realized that okay, they switched off the server, but what is going on? Then I inspected the space. It turns out that the space is being consumed without any data being imputed online. So that means someone is manually imputing data.
Imputing the data, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like buying data, and you left your phone in the house and you have roommates and you have not touched the phone, but you just realize that your 16 gig has finished. So that means someone used it.
Yes.
Empty and store your data. That's literally what happened. That is literally how they rigged your elections.
Wow.
That is literally how they rigged it. That's literally what happened. That is literally how they rigged your elections.
Wow.
That is literally how they rigged your elections.
So which means they had another hacker to hack it and to impute the numbers there.
They didn't even need a hacker. What they did was they turned off all the servers for the beaver and for the intermediary network, and what they did was they manually started imputing the numbers themselves.
Okay, which was why they said there was no network to transfer them, because if you are following the elections, if you're following the results on social media, you would see that a lot of people were complaining that the people at the polling unit were not imputing the numbers into the servers for reasons not known, which means it was intentional for them not to do it.
Number, it was for posterity. They don't need the beavers. They wanted a system whereby they can input number. Now here's the thing. This is the trick. Now the thing is this. I wish Nigerians I could just connect them on one mind. This is what was going to happen, and I intend to personally get involved. My father has warned me against it, but like I'll just be as protected as possible.
Yeah,
there has to be another NSAS, and everybody's worried about the police and everything. I will personally release the database of all the police in Lagos State where they live and everywhere. And if you shoot anybody, they will lynch your family members. That's literally what will happen. Military personnel, police personnel, let's all go into an all-out war. If you're shooting our own civilians, we'll go and lynch your family members. We'll find your family members. Now I'm trying to get a list of all the APC politicians' children and where they stay. Ireland, anywhere, we'll get their details. So like, if anything is happening in Nigeria, it will happen to your family. It won't happen to them as well. To be done to yourself.
All right, so let me just leave this here. I just thought to play that again. For those of you who may have wondered if this young man's investigation is anything to go by and true, that's exactly how they said your election was rigged in 2023. Basically, nothing happened. Say INEC just switch off their server. Nothing happened because he is a data engineer. I mean, tech engineer, just like you heard him say, and he was monitoring what was happening, and he noticed that the server was basically switched off. It was just switched off, and then they started imputing data manually. Maybe that's why till today, that's what people are saying. Could it be the reason why till today INEC is unable to tell us the nature of glitch they had? Understanding that people who know could investigate such, if such glitch is even applicable and can cause that level of harm or damage. Maybe why. Oh, phone line don't open, I beg. Make I begin call me. Make I know it's when I think for all the conversations we don't raise tonight. 0817-029-4077. That's the number to call. 0817-029-4077. That is the number to call. Engineer Dota, anytime I bring you on, you don't used to talk. It looks like you don't want to talk to us. So make I leave you. Engineer, good evening.
Not necessarily be in America.
Hello. All right. So as usual, he will not talk. Ty Danjima got you here. Ty, I know say you don't hear this one before now. No be new news. No be new story. You don't hear it before. But now that election is drawing close again, and it's looking like perhaps we're able to, we may likely have the same kind of error again, or whatever it is again. How does this make you feel?
I feel bad. The engineer who came on and who spoke, it's not a new video; it's an old video. But as someone who is,
I know,
yeah,
of course, I know.
someone who is
2 years ago,
fairly
thereabouts.
familiar with that technology, I what he says makes sense. Makes sense. I think that, and I am praying that the time will come when all those who were involved in that dastardly act will face the maximum penalty. I underline maximum, because that is taking a people's wish. That is taking a people's decision and just frittering it away. And I think they should pay dearly. Dearly. You know what I mean by dearly? Because that is the greatest crime you can commit.
But saying nobody don't face any punishment, and nobody perhaps will
No, they
face
will.
any punishment for
They
what's
will.
happened.
If you
When yeah,
sow the wind, you will reap the full wind. That is nature. That is a natural law of nature. All of them who have done those things, if they don't face the will of the people, if you don't face sanction from the people, they don't face from the court, they will face that of God. And some of them are already facing it and paying dearly for it. I mean, this is not something you can just wish away. People cannot just come and toy with people's destiny, with people's hope, with people's decision. And it just goes like that. And
and people go tell you when law of karma dey and God dey. So
no, they will pay. I can
is
tell
there any
you.
does it work? More like law of retributive justice. It really
It
exists.
does. But let us not go in there. But I can tell you, they will pay for it, because there are people who lay down their lives for this cause. There are people who work so hard to ensure that you have free and fair election. There are, so when somebody wakes up and decides that what he will do because of a mess of porridge, to thwart that process, and to make sure that they install something that is unfair, unjust on the people, and the people are suffering. There's no way you can go scot-free. Is it possible? I can tell you that. They may be enjoying their loot now, but it's just for a while. They will pay for it. We used to have an NPM politician, deputy senate president. He's late now. In those days when NPM was and was a deputy senate president from the north. Years after, when PDP faded away, he tried, to come back into the system. He couldn't. And he confessed with his mouth how they rigged the election and all the bad things that they did. And that he's born again. He died in penury and in misery. I won't mention the man's name, because he's from the north. And I know a person in those days when you had NPN. I'm saying it now on national television. I know a family, who in those days, in the heydays of NPN, he had 3 wives, moved all of them, and children, moved all of them. He's an Ishakili man, moved all of them to the UK. They were living big. The children were chauffeur driven to school in expensive cars. Then, when NPN started having problems and the money wasn't coming again, the wife started leaving. The children came back. And I tell you one story before I now go to the things I want to say. The children came back.
Go ahead.
The man had stroke. The children were coming to my office. They couldn't pay for WAEC school fees. We had to gather newspapers, to give them to go and sell. We had to, contribute money to give them to pay WAEC school fees. They couldn't pay. And the old man one day came to my boss, then, many years ago, to ask for money. He was crying. And my boss knows him. My boss couldn't believe, because he said to me, this is a man I could never, ever, even to untie his sandals, I can't do that. And it's coming to me. He called me because I was the general manager. And I looked at the man and I shook my head. Those things will develop wings and fly. They will pay. They will pay. You can't toy with the destiny of a nation and you think it's good. They will pay. I'm telling you. They are confessing now. Amaechi has just said that Obi, of course, we know Obi won River State because people from the PDP, when they started having this problem with Wike and the governor, they confessed that it was the Obi that won. Of course, we know that. We also know that the votes that were allocated to Obi in Lagos were not the votes that he got. We know that it was 150 and 110 that the two parties got, and Obi got almost 1 million. We know that, but they gave him 500 and something thousand. We know that. That's a fact. Okay, and you see, you make mockery of yourself and your system because people who know the BBC and the Premium Times report tells us that the result that were released don't reflect the actual votes, the actual results. So they know all those things. Babacha Lawal, former SGF, had said, and a stalwart of APC, said clearly and repeatedly that Tinubu didn't win the election. This is an APC person. He said he didn't win. He couldn't have been lying. That's an old man. He knows what he's saying. You can say he's a member of the opposition, but he's speaking because at that position he knew what happened. And that's true.
And he hasn't been
Yes.
taken to court for that. In fact, almost everybody in
Yes.
they never carried him to court.
And we had a governor who said to Wike, "We want to understand the magic. How did you do this thing that the APC won?" They was telling Wike. He couldn't. Of course, we know. So they know they didn't win. Now, again, recently, we now hear El Rufai's son saying things that people are saying, "No, it's not you." Even you say, "I can't verify it." They know what they're saying. They know who won this election. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say...
No. So what I said I couldn't verify for
No,
record purposes. What I said
there
I
was
couldn't
this...
verify it. People were crediting El himself.
Okay,
Nasir
it wasn't him.
El-Rufai
I think it was
as
the
the one
son.
who
Yes.
posted that this thing, and that Obi, by that result Obi won 70%. I said there is nowhere Nasir El-Rufai
Posted that.
posted that.
I agree.
Nowhere. And of course you can
I
go and
agree.
check it. You
I
can go
agree,
and
but
verify. There's nowhere. So I mean, I'm not gonna say because of say they bring news,
yeah,
go bring news,
I agree. I'm not faulting you. What I'm saying is that that speculation, we understand, was raised by El-Rufai's son. Yes, maybe we can substantiate.
But he did not. But he did not even post that data. That particular data
Okay.
that was going around. He wasn't the one that posted it. I
Okay.
hope you know that.
Maybe
That is this particular result. Make I post and make you just the
yes,
understand. And I mean, as much as I would want to, or I would have loved to believe the result. Come on, you look at it now. You look at the result again.
yes,
Look this result well again. You
yes.
don't see it. Make a commodity more than the CM. By this result, Obi won how many states? He won 19 states. APC won only 8 states, and PDP won. I think PDP won just 7 states. So you can see
Okay.
by this result,
Okay.
that's what it means.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Even if we just compute with Rivers and Lagos, let's compute with Rivers. Plus to be minus from Tinubu in Rivers. Plus to be in Lagos, minus to Tinubu. And of course, we hear issues of Benue and Taraba and so on. So if you look at the facts that we know on the ground, the facts that we see, the truth, and from what other election observers have said, I mean, it is. I don't know why a nation like Nigeria cannot stand up and own its own mistake and say yes. Because if you are talking about healing and you want to talk about fairness, you come to a point where you say, yes, we made a mistake. These are the truth. Why are people who know the truth hiding it and just coming out now to come and be giving us snippets of this and that and that? Why? What is wrong with our nation? Why can't we come out boldly to say, yes, this is the situation? People know the truth. And you see, the thing that pains me in Nigeria is until we begin to speak the truth to power, until we begin to address this little thing, these injustices that we do, ekpe, ekpe, ekpe. Many people go to heap on Nigeria. Causes and causes and causes. Because you cannot, you can't, the nation cannot prosper when you continue to lie and to cheat. It cannot prosper. It's true. It's true. So we can do all these things. We can use propaganda. We can lie. We can ethnic profile people. We can say all those nonsense using the church, using fake bishops, using people people who are gratified and all that. Precious, you can say all those things. But the moment a nation departs from the path of truth and begins to thrive and promote mediocrity and lies and cheating and corruption and falsehood, that nation has a long way to go. That nation has a very, very long way. And I think we have a long way until we begin to retrace our steps and begin to say, this is the way, this is places that we have made mistakes. We can do all kinds of constitutional conference. We can change the constitution 20 times. We can lie and do all those things. Go and bring Jonathan. Go and bring the recycle old politicians, do all those things. The basic things, if you don't address, look at the guy that you just brought in from a freight forwarder. The port is in a mess. Singapore, one of his greatest resources comes from his port. Nigeria has that potential to be able to generate so much from the port, even more than oil. But the port is messed up. Policy instability, fluctuations in naira against the foreign currency. Nobody can plan. And then even when you clear your money to clear your goods out, all along the way, there are all kinds of tools and so on and so forth. It is not attractive for anybody. Nobody would want to. It kills investment. It kills initiative. So there are so many problems. There's so many bottlenecks that we know. And then you want to talk about corruption in the system. So it's unfortunate. And you need a leader. I keep saying this. You need a leader who will stand. And even if he cannot do it 100%, but you begin to show a path, a direction that we must follow. That these things, break them down. All those barriers that are standing, break down those middle wall of partition. Break them down. He must have the courage. He must have the liver to touch all those things. They will run away. All these old people. You have to jail so many people. And if you have to kill some people, you have to kill them. Yes.
But your hands must be clean for you to do that. Because if your hands not clean,
Yes.
they go say you too.
When
They go
people,
begin
yes,
dig at your own rod.
once people see that, you have to take some drug. You see, if you have cancer, not you, if someone who has cancer or has something that is terminal, you have to do whatever you can to make sure that you sustain life.
Survive.
And in the process, blood will be shed. But if it is for good, people they go through that pain and say, okay, let's do it. Nigeria has reached that point where something has to give. Something has to give. Why is Amaechi saying this thing now? Why is he saying it now? Why? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Siwa Danjuma. Let me talk to others. I appreciate you big time. Thank you. Always a pleasure to speak with you and others. Hello, good evening. Let's see who's here. Mr. Edwin Agbajo, good evening and welcome.
Precious, good
Welcome,
evening.
sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How
Yeah, I'm
about
very,
you,
very
sir?
fine, my sister.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear
You
you.
see, I just want to talk about Nigeria. Every time we call, every time I call, I just want to talk about my country. The main problem we have, from what I have been able to see growing up in Nigeria, emanates from the core northern Nigeria. If we don't address those areas, if the people, the so-called leaders of northern Nigeria don't wake up to present-day realities and address the shortcomings within that setup, we will continue to fight a loose battle from the south. Because from what I've seen so far, these people are not ready to address the educational and economic imbalance within themselves there in the north. And besides, they simply indulge in introducing 14th century ideologies and ideas to address 21st century problems. From what I have seen so far, everything in the core north hinges on their religion. The religion is just the bane of those people in the north. They are not ready to compromise on anything there going forward. So not until we address that very issue, because we are just a nation, just in that geographical entity called Nigeria. They address us, oh, we are a country, but we aren't, because of the activities of these people from the core north, because of core northerners. We are all Nigerians, but these core northerners. One, these people are never always ready to cede power. You know, they thrive in that their cocoon of holding on to power. They just believe when you are at the helm of affairs, then you can control every other thing that flows. But those of us in the South, we've built our part economically and educationally on a sound ground and footings. But those people over there are not ready to do anything of sort. I remember growing up in the 70s and 80s when we were doing JAM and all those ones. Cut-off mark from the north, they will have 150. We will have 350. And they will offer those for admission. Leave us. Federal government.
Yeah,
Yeah,
till now. I hope you
that
know
is
that till now
exactly
it still
what I'm
happens.
told
So
is still happening. So when you look at people who are not ready to strive hard, work hard, and then even catch up, but they just want to hold on to power. Now let's look at Nigeria since independence in 1960. Tell me how many leaders we've had from the South. To me, there have been no president from the South that was really prepared to govern. They were all accidental presidents. Look at Obasanjo, Shonekan, Jonathan, just name them. They were all accidental presidents. But look at the North. Somebody was debating on this studio the other day about past military presidents and everything. Tell me how many Southern officers have organized military coups and succeeded? None of them. In fact, there have been no coup organized from the South that really had any headway. The 1966 coup that is today termed the Igbo coup was not really an Igbo coup. It was a coup of young officers
yes, of
who
course.
who really wanted to
Yes. He was able to favor Awolowo at
they
the end of
wanted
the
to
day. So
change the
he was
status quo and put
Awolowo.
Nigeria on a sound footing. And at the end of the day, what Ojukwu saw then is all that is happening now. We are beginning to reap what we sowed then. So if you look at it, not until we address those issues, because if you look at the North, whenever it comes to addressing the issue of the current constitution, you always see that they are always against it. They always come in strength. They will tell you, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do that. They have never really favored tinkering with any part of the constitution. This is a constitution that is skewed towards the South. If you look at it, there's nothing that is favorable to us in the South. Everything is to them, you know. And then to add insult to injury, whenever a Southerner is at the helm of affairs, these people will just flare up. They will come up. You know, they want power. Look at the way Buhari stayed there, took us back 40, 50 years, like what I said yesterday. And there was no northern political leader, whether religious or otherwise, that raised the finger, that said anything. That man was there 8 years, did nothing, instead took us back. But as soon as Tinubu came in 2 years, yes, Tinubu is not, I'm not a fan of Tinubu, everybody knows about that. But then just 2 years into the helm of affairs, these people now remember that they didn't have secondary schools. They didn't have hospitals then. There is nothing working there in the North. All of a sudden, they've woken up from their slumber. So why is it happening? And then let's look at Southeast, the Igbo and the presidency. What really is the offense, or what are the offenses of the Igbos for them to be precluded from being at the helm of affairs of Nigeria? You remember in one of my
In Ruben about his language. In Ruben about his language that the civil war is not over
no,
yet. So
let
Nigeria has
us
not
not talk
concluded with
about
bullshit.
Abati. Abati, in fact, I'm a big fan of Abati. That's why he's talked from it.
But I'm sorry
Exactly.
to say,
Yeah.
that's the mindset of a lot of people. Just
Yeah,
so you
but
know that statement did not come out from nowhere from him. It didn't come out from the thin air. It came out from, of course, said situations and statements from various people around certain. So it's not something we can dispute,
that is
whether you like
what's his own opinion, personal opinion, as far as I'm concerned, because it doesn't make sense all that he said that day. I didn't see anything that is worth holding on to from all he said. I listened to that very broadcast. I watched it over and over. I just thought perhaps maybe he had a bad time, or he has had some sort of bad time with some Easterners and is holding on to all those kind of primordial prejudices from what I could see from him. But if you look at it, when the war ended in 1970, Gowon was then at the helm of affairs. And if you look at the entire broadcast he made, I have read it over too, and I've gone through it. If you look at the 3 arrows he spoke about, none of them has come to fruition. He spoke about reconstruction.
Yeah.
He spoke about reintegration. And he spoke about reconciliation, but nothing has happened towards those areas. Let me tell you, as I once told a very close friend of mine here, the Igbos are the most industrious set of people in Nigeria. Any part of the world, let me not reduce it to only the Nigerian geographical entity, where you don't find an Igbo man, better leave that place. I saw one on TikTok the other day when the man said, if you don't see Igbo man for any place, run come out to that place, get wahala. Because these are the most industrious people. Is it in terms of the economic power, educationally, everything, sports, name them. These are the group of people who are putting the Nigerian geographical entity on world map, world stages, academics. They are the Igbos. And then maybe followed by the Southwest, the Yorubas. And that is it. Now tell me, in this the last Super Falcon squad, name one Northerner there. The Super Falcons or whatever is their name now. Name.
Did you not hear? Did you not hear that Northerners were angry that they used our money to give girls who were naked?
That is exactly what I'm saying. These people, until they get themselves reintegrated into the scheme of things, Nigeria as a nation will not do well. As I've said, it's on my Facebook timeline. They can go and look at it there. I pinned something there. I said, not until we go back and rewrite that constitution, a constitution of the people, nothing will ever happen in Nigeria. Nigeria will not work. And it's currently not working, because that is exactly what will make Nigeria work. And if the Northerners keep holding on to the issue of they are used to be at the helm of affairs and in the process holding on back, it will not work. And that exactly brings me to the point of former President Jonathan. What exactly is he looking for? Does he really think that Nigerians are that stupid and daft, dumb, that they will just come, that the people will draw comparison between?
So the people who are asking for him to come
They
back
are just
not
selfish.
Nigerians.
It's just a political hangers on. You know, these Nigerians now, so many hypocrites there. You know, hypocrisy tribes along the line. If you look at Nigerians, I'm sorry to say, but that is my belief. Nigerians, you can be the worst president, the dumbest president or governor or whatever. You will still see hangers on. You will see people clapping and drumming support for you and everything. I'm telling you, you just made reference or alluded to a certain statement from some Ohaneze, the factions from the Southeast and something.
Yes.
Now, go and look at those set of people and then tell me what really. Look at Tinubu's appointment, for instance. There was the other day somebody drew an analogy between Jonathan's appointment and that of Tinubu being Southern president. Look at the comparison. Jonathan did all the appointments. The first Igbo chief of army staff, Jonathan appointed him. There was this comptroller general of one of these organizations, whether immigration or course, I can't exactly remember now. Jonathan put him there. So many. And then compare that to Tinubu and the appointments. The Northerners now who are crying and saying they are being marginalized, go and look at the appointments Tinubu had given them. And then draw a comparison to the South and the Southeast. There is just basically nothing there.
Thank you, Mr. Agbajoro. Let's.
Yes. So what I really lastly, I want to really talk about Amaechi. Please, we shouldn't be giving that kind of publicity to what Amaechi and all those people have to say, because we all know the role they played in the current Nigeria system and what has befallen us as a nation. So I don't want to talk about such people. Let us play down on those. Let's concentrate on Mr. Peter Obi. That is the person that we have to really put on our public map and everywhere. That is all, Precious. Sorry, I don't really have anything to say about any other thing other than Mr. Peter Obi. He's the person we
Thank you.
all want to
Thank
say.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's your opinion. And of course, you're very entitled to it. Okay, let's see who's next here now. Mr. Mop, good evening.
Yeah, good
Mr. Mop,
evening,
good evening. Are
Crystal.
you
Can you
there?
hear me? Can you
Sir?
hear me?
Very well. Crystal, good evening and welcome. Yes, I
Okay,
can. I
thank
can
you
hear
very
you.
much. Let's go.
You look very Saturday
Yeah,
today.
Crystal, thank you. I don't even have to talk about you, so
Well done.
yeah, yeah, all that. Anyway,
Uh, please stop it. I
it's
don't like
okay.
it.
You're
It's not
gonna
stop it.
like
I
it.
like it.
I'm
Go
gonna say it
ahead.
anyway. So, having said that,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna.
Okay.
It's not a subject I wanted to talk about just because the guy that just left spoke about it, and you made a comment
Mm-hmm.
which you sided with
Mm.
Abati. So my question to you and Abati: do you all speak for the North? Do you all know how the Northerners think? Because you're agreeing with what Abati said that somehow that this is how Northerners are feeling. So do you all think it? Do Abati think for the North?
I did not. I did not say that that's how Northerners feel. I say sadly, that's the perspective and position of some people
Yes, some people.
from some corners. That statement from Abati did not come from
Did
thin
you
air.
use the word? Hold on, hold on.
It
Did you
was
use the
burnt.
word
It
some
was
people?
burnt out of
Or
something.
just
I don't know
no,
if
you
I use the
didn't. Go
word
ahead.
some people, but I said sadly. Okay, maybe I didn't. But you know that is the opposition of a group of people, whether you like it or not. Because I have heard several times, painfully so, before my eyes. I can't tell you the things I've seen. There are things I can't say on air. There are things I cannot say on air. Well, let's forget about it.
Okay.
You know. But so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
you
what
did,
it
boss.
is.
So let
Yeah.
me start.
So
First of all, just
so because of that, I know for a fact that what Abati said, it's not burnt out of, mere just hatred or whatever it is. It is because these are strong
but
positions of some
okay.
people.
The reason why I thought that that statement was out of place, like I've said it earlier. If he has stopped where he so obese, being desperate and all that kind of things, that's politics. But when he pivoted to that civil war, that's where I have a challenge. He didn't need to go there.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't
was provo-
relevant. So that's because
that
he's
was
trying to,
provocative.
awaken the
Mm.
old wound. That wasn't. Right, that
Incite
wasn't
people.
necessary. I mean, that's the way I look
I
at
get
it.
you.
I mean, the man is sometimes I like him, but
I
he can be
get you.
very brash. He think he's the only one with PhD. You are not the only one with PhD. And he has all the whole knowledge. He like to quote all this politics and everything. Like he knows it all. I mean, even I mean, if you call yourself a guru, you don't remember the Nigerian politics. The Nigerian constitution said you only allowed to rule 4 years. The other one, if people want you back. But he didn't go there. But anyway, that's not about. But it's just because that was the last subject. That's why I pivoted on that. The reason why I came in is because of there's something always in my mind. If you look at when Obi went to Port Harcourt, right? He was working with Wike. You see
Mm.
the crowd, during the pre-election, they were shouting Obi, Obi. That video always come to my mind. I'll be thinking, he was working with Wike. You have a lot of crowd. I said, what is Wike thinking at this time? Maybe Wike thinking, yeah, you just come here. I already got something for you. You're not gonna win. I'm thinking that's what Wike is thinking about that. Because if you see both of them walking majestically, people were still thinking maybe Wike is gonna, endorse Obi or whatever. But by that time, he hasn't endorsed anybody. But I'm thinking at that time he already preempted what he was gonna do. I was thinking this guy is a sellout, and he was working with Obi. While they were singing Obi, Obi, Obi. You know the video I'm talking about, right?
Of course
Right.
I do. I do.
So I'm thinking, what was going on in his mind by that time? He's probably, say this will be nothing. I'm gonna show you Pepe. I'm thinking that he want to say. But anyway, that video always, that video always comes to my mind.
Thank you, Mr. Bob.
Yeah, when it comes to River State
Mm.
issue. So whatever Amechi is saying right now, we know about it. I mean, that's bad evidence that will be one, River State. It's never that. The problem I have with some of the Nigerian politicians, sometimes you have to listen to the message, not the messenger. I mean, whatever I'm speaking right now, how they are corrupt and everything. Yeah, that's it. We know it already. I mean, I'm glad he's talking about it. Forget about the messenger. Where was he when this was happening about that time? How come he didn't speak right away? During when they was contesting for it and everything. Even when they went to court, but That's Nigeria for you. That's how we are. But anyway, um, speaking about we are not, in my own opinion, I don't think Nigeria is heavily taxed. I mean, Tinubu, antecedent is predicated on, on taxation. Nowhere. Nigeria is one of the lowest tax country, in the world. If we, go find out, no, we're not. Forget about, I think the problem we have is because we have the challenge, of the economic challenge. That's why people think we are heavily taxed. We are not. I mean, we needed a tax reform. Even at all, if you go to UK, about 40%, of their income is heavily taxed. But let's just stick with Africa. In terms of other African countries, we are not heavily taxed. But the problem is that when you collect all those tax revenue, what are you going to do with it? Is the people going to benefit from it? They are not. This is why, this new tax bill that was just passed, 225 reform, that was kind of broadening tax base and VAT and something like that. What are they going to do with the revenue being collected? What are the systems being implemented? But with the problem we have in Nigeria, how are they going to do it? So that's the problem. I'm not worried about maybe some people in Nigeria they are heavily taxed. No, we are not heavily taxed. I mean, it's due time we pay our tax if we can. But the collection of the tax is going to be a problem because there's some people, you know, you wouldn't know how much they make or whatever. So that's the problem. Um, I think the next thing I wanted to
All
talk
right.
is about I don't know if you know what's going on in this place right now. Are you all following the video wedding? Are,
You say
are
what?
you
Am
all
I doing
following the
what?
video wedding?
That what? Ah, no, please. You please. I don't
No,
do
no, no, no. The
entertainment
reason
and
why
I
the
don't
reason
do
why I was
gossip.
saying
I'm,
that,
I'm a
because of
hardcore conversation person.
what the
Are you in
huh?
Miami? Are
No,
you
no,
in
no, no,
Florida?
no, no. But
Oh, okay. Maybe now you
no,
forgot
no.
to attend the
I
wedding. Make you
didn't
can
say that
send
because I
me
wanted
updates.
where it didn't go. I was just making a comment
Yeah.
in reference to some people that wasn't
Okay.
unable to attend. Like
Why
Firma
why are you
mom and
dissing your
dad,
brother chief
didn't
priest?
attend. Yeah, they didn't
Why they deny them
because when they
visa?
came here, a long time ago, to overstay their visa. Yeah, I don't know whether by intentionally or by
Ah,
mistake. And you know what's going on right now? Trump has sanctioned it. They have been banned
ah,
for almost about 10 years not to
ah,
come back to America. So it's very strict to get a visa right now. Yeah, that's why they didn't
ah.
attend the wedding.
Ah, that's so painful. Her both parents. That's so painful. Then why did they not shift grounds on
Because
the wedding because of their parents?
Chief Priest tried to get a visa. He has money. I don't know why he didn't get money. I saw him whining
Yeah,
on social media.
he too didn't
Right.
get.
So it was the implication
This one
about
a country self. Now so now they do like saying a heaven's gates. Now so now they do like saying a country in a heaven's gates.
I don't know. I didn't know that it's what we have right now. Okay, we are living in in a different place right now. Everything is being what, particularly when it comes to Africa. I mean, I think we are being taxed like about 50%
Hmm.
right now. That's already been effect last week. So it's a global something that's actually going on. I mean, that's the way I see it. We are not even getting like
All
you
right.
said.
Thank you.
But anyway, what other subject you have? I missed some of the topic.
Um, yeah, I spoke. Okay, so I spoke about. There's a video I played about Amechi and his response to an economic conversation or question about the
Yeah,
economy
yeah,
that
yeah.
people are dragging him for.
I think the other one he spoke was about the election, of the engineer, the software engineer that was speaking that they wasn't enabled to.
And that's different. That's a different one
But what
too.
I was
Yeah.
going to say about that, we know about what actually happened because if you look at the governorship and the presidential election, they was able to upload
Hmm.
the governorship election live, but the presidential election, you can know that to switch it off and manually input the number that they want. That's exactly what happened. But and I think it's going to happen again. Like unless people actually do what they call revolution.
So the reason, so a lot of people are saying, is a lot of people when I posted that video, people are asking me that it's an old video. Why are you posting it now? We've seen it before. Of course, at the time that video trended, even though I had started my YouTube then, but I wasn't very active. It was just once in a while that I post on YouTube. So I'm starting it now, or I perhaps played it now so that we can discuss on things, so that we can all learn and begin to re-strategize on things you people can do to ensure that this doesn't happen again. So it wasn't just because I was trying to, bring back old wounds or and all that. But it's just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that
No,
reason.
it was
There's
not made
something
to
about
make it.
knowledge
That's
and
an old made it.
recalling
Everybody know
people's
it.
memories.
This is why Patriot told me wanted people to march to Afro Rock and stay there until they actually do something.
They no go
Why?
agree. They no go agree at
You
all. I
see,
think.
Nigerian people are not matured
All right.
yet, particularly the young people or whatever. Will I call them docile or whatever? I think they are preoccupied about BB Nigeria, all that kind of nonsense, social media stuff.
That is still there. Unfortunately, I am so
No,
old school. I
yeah,
don't
it's
even
currently
know
going
if
on right now.
what's
I
going
think it
on
started
there.
like about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have no
yeah,
idea. Even though I'm supposed to know, but I give little or no interest
yeah.
to
Do, do you
such
have kids?
entertainment
Do you have
conversations.
kids?
Really, when I say yeah, we'll talk
I'm just
about
saying they
that in
don't watch
private.
it. That's why I said. That's why I asked that.
I don't
Okay.
discuss my personal life in the media. My personal life is never in the open at all. It's very deliberate.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you understand.
I got you.
It's been that way since I got into the media industry. I've always been very
It's
private
a good
about my
idea.
personal
It's a good
life.
idea. Because you're a media person, so you shouldn't
Thank
let
you.
your business out there. I mean, I understand definitely that. So
Thank
that's where
you.
Nigeria is. But
Thank you.
it has to take a lot for anything to change.
No, but even at that, even if I have, people around my house, where will you see DSTV to watch it? I don't know if you don't know that a lot of families don't do DSTV anymore. You have a smart TV, you have Netflix and all the rest of them there. So where would you see all that to watch it? We don't. We've passed that level.
Makes sense.
We've passed that level for
But
a long time.
Precious, what
So
can I
we
mean?
don't
What
do that
I mean,
anymore.
we can't come over
Ah,
there and change the Nigerian. We can only speak. I don't know how many people can hear us. What's going
mm,
to happen for the election is coming soon? Is it going to be this?
don't
The
worry.
status quo,
Don't
whatever
worry.
happened
Did,
previously?
did you see? Did you see El Rufai's statement? There was a statement El Rufai made when people were abusing him. I think Tinubu's guys were abusing him, and he said something. He said he's going to speak on the 28th of February 2025, 2027, after Tinubu would have lost. That for now, he's not going to say anything. So
Is
let's hope that
is it
Nigerians are
like
learning their lesson. So see, before I decided, so a lot of people have a problem with me having such conversation or serious conversation in pidgin English. But before I thought to cover this niche or perhaps speak to this niche, is because I realized that Nigerians feel a bit detached and uninterested when it comes to political conversations, and these are conversations that shape your life. Why will you run away from it? And that's why I decided to adopt the style that I adopt. So I believe that there is power in information. See, the reason why, do you know that the average northerner is more politically enlightened than us in the South? As uneducated as you may think they are more politically enlightened than
I agree
us.
with you.
You know why? They don't joke with information. They don't joke with information. Them and that their transistor radio, na
But
5 and 6.
is that
For
a
their ear.
correct information? Is it the
Huh?
information that a man is feeding them? That's what they absorb and use it? But are they?
You don't understand me. It is you don't understand me. I am not saying that whatever information they get is correct. What I'm saying is that it starts with first of all disseminating rather the proper information. And that's why information is key. As I said to you earlier, if I had the resources, what we discuss here, except of it will be cut and translated to different languages and put on local radio stations across Nigeria. The idea is to create consistent awareness. In PR, we say that you don't, I hope you know I'm a PR expert, by the way. In PR, we say you don't wink at the dark. I mean, I can't wink at you at the dark because you won't see it, right? There's power in consistency. I give you a typical example. I think I can't remember that year now. It was a long time ago when this song by Divanj, Why Me, was trending. I've never been one who really liked that song. I was like, what kind of song is this? It doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't make any meaning to me. So I didn't like to play it. And I was a radio presenter at that time. So I wouldn't play it on my show because I didn't find the need to because I thought it didn't have a meaning. But then that period, I traveled to Lagos from Port Harcourt, and all the parties across the streets, Sound CTO, Channel O, all of those MTV base, they were up every second. Why me? I could not even help but start singing Why Me. That's power of media. I don't know if you get my
Okay,
point.
okay.
So there is power in the kind of information you feed your mind, whether you like it or not. And that is why I thought to speak to the niche that I'm speaking to. Let's continue to get the right information. It will evoke the right reaction someday. If, as I am doing it, you have 30 more people or 1,000 more people playing their own parts, come on. Come on. But whether you like, one thing you can agree with us is that whether you like it or not, generally speaking in Nigeria, not just within the North alone, there is much more political awareness now than there was before. Do you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. They are more political wise,
So that awareness, that we started this awareness late. We started it
you're
very,
talking about
very
the
late.
Southerners,
Now
right?
it's been carried on for head. Southerners, yes, we're very lackadaisical about politics. We were very lackadaisical. I think it was Jonathan's administration that started opening our eyes small, small, especially after
Mhm.
Buhari came into power and we saw Pepe. So we started getting interested. Then the 2023 was a major shake-up for a lot of Nigerians, especially in getting interest and being politically interested. You understand? So as that one don't happen to us right now, we don't see them, and we're seeing the way that our interest or lack of interest in politics is shaping our lives and affecting our lives. So imagine if we had been like this since 1960, the kind of progress we would have made. All this agitation, all this Peter, all these people going to the National Assembly once in a while to sit down and ask for reform, all this conversation. Imagine if we've been having it since 1960. Do you think we would have been the way we are today? We're too lame. We're very docile. We're very docile. So we cost it. Can I blow your mind? The people you are fighting don't even want you to be aware. They don't like it. They don't like it because they are benefiting from the
Yeah.
system. If the system is changed, it won't benefit them. They don't like it. It's not in their favor. So that's why we have the Cyber Security Act now, that anything you say now, they don't call you cyberbully. Do you understand? And that's why you people that are abroad, when you want to say something, I say, now when I talk more, not be me talk. Do you understand? So that's it. They don't want you to know. And I believe that by feeding people the right information someday, I mean, at the end of the day, this country is good for all of us. It's not because they all have 2, 3, 5 different passports and they feel like with the nearest flight, they can fly away to another country. And then the rest of us that don't have options will now die here. No. So one day, the right information will get to our head and it will evoke the right reaction. And we'll tell ourselves that no, we must fix this country. Because when it's fixed, it will still be good for those politicians and us. Because the thing about these politicians is that their power is transient. It's not static. When they're not in government, they begin to feel the consequences of their inaction when they were in government. Do you understand? So that is why it is important for all of us that it's fixed so that we'll benefit from it. Mr. Mope,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
leave you and speak
Thank
to
you,
someone
Princess. Okay, I
else.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Thank you, brother. All right. Okay. So let's see who I'll speak with next. Okay. Mr. OC, where are you? Mr. OC,
It's
are
a
you there?
miss. Hello. Hey, pressure.
Oh, that is OC
Yes.
female. I love to talk to the girls. Come on. Let me balance them. I'm
In
spreading my
fact,
legs now so we can
I'm
have a good
telling you,
time. Shoot,
let me
baby.
first start with one small intro. Kasongo, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Kasongo, mina wewo. Kasongo, yeah, yeah. Don't laugh at my voice, but I had to start that with an intro.
This song you're starting with soprano and ending with bass is
I no
okay.
say
I understand.
take her like that. I try. At least I try.
You try, you try, you try. Welcome. Where are you calling us from,
I've called before.
OC?
I'm calling from the US. I'm calling from the US. Yeah, from California.
Is this
Yes, this is
Omoye?
Omoye. Omoye
Oh,
son.
you're the you don't put Omoye in the thing. I didn't used to know you. I just see OC, and I will not be thinking I'm talking to one Osinachuku somebody. I don't
I,
know is Omoye.
yeah,
Welcome, Omoye. Always
same
a
here.
pleasure to have you. All right,
Yeah,
yes,
thank
go
you.
ahead.
So when I was listening to you earlier, I saw this look of on your face,
Mhm.
and I said, no, your spirit have to be lifted. I don't know what was going through your mind, but
Oh,
at that point I was like, your spirit needs to be lifted. Sometimes because for me, for
thank
instance, I talk about Nigerian news every day. That's my focus, right? So I feel
you.
a certain type of way sometimes. So when I saw that look,
Can be overwhelming.
yes,
It can
yes,
be
I
overwhelming.
recognized it. I was like, no, I got to call in. I've been trying. If you notice, I
Thank
tried all
you.
my devices. It kept kicking me out.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I must make
Oh,
sure to
I'm so
call because
sorry.
I like the work that you're doing, especially that you're female as well. It's amazing to see because for some reason I
Thank
don't think
you.
we're as many as we need to be, and I'm hoping that more people would, throw their hats in so we can move the conversation forward and continue to educate our people. I wanted to start by addressing there's a comment that was made by your one of your guests, one of the people that called in. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, he was saying something about, oh, Abati, he doesn't, maybe he had a bad experience. That's why he said that. I
Mm.
personally, respectfully disagree with the Oga that spoke. I respectfully disagree with him. It's not the first time that Abati does this. I was hoping that the Arise News channel, the owner, would call him to order because
Especially with that conversation with altercation with
Oji,
Oji, right?
exactly.
At
That
initially, yeah.
that very when that happened, I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed that he didn't even get any type of punishment, or I don't know if I didn't see it. And that kind of, like, from that point on, I don't listen to whatever he has to say. So when this whole thing started making the rounds, I was like, my own thing was, I just told my people, we must take Nigeria back. There's no ifs or buts. We got to do what we have to do. We must take it seriously,
Mm.
because guess what? These things that they're doing out here, especially with Abati being bigoted on a national, it's not just national, global, because everybody is tuning in from all over the world.
Yes, I mean they're on satellite, so you watch them
Exactly.
from everywhere in the world.
It's
So it's a,
not a good look. These people that we're guests wherever we are. I don't care if you're a citizenship or citizen, or you were born wherever.
I agree. They're already direct planning to revoke your
Do you understand
passport
what
and
I'm saying?
citizenship. So
It's
what
just
are
going
you
to
saying?
take one policy, and this guy would say, if you're Nigerian, we
Mm,
don't care if you're
mm.
born here, whatever, you're getting out of here. That comment that Abati makes, and every single time he's always finding corners to drop some very, very ignorant and very hateful comments. It's not a good look for us at all as a people. It's not. And
Mm.
everybody ought to condemn what Abati has said heavily. It should not be allowed to fly, through the radar like that. No. It should be called out vehemently. Let Abati feel the weight and the anger that is coming from the people. It doesn't make any sense that now we have a government that is so bigoted. It shows. I said it. I am saying it because this
So I used to ask myself, sometimes I mentioned it here that is it just me, or is it true what people are saying that this seemed to be like the one administration that has divided Nigerians along ethnic line the
absolutely,
most, more than any
absolutely.
other. I don't
It
know,
is.
but that's what people think. And then looking back at the records, it really does look like
Yes,
it's
it
correct.
is. Because what we're experiencing now, I've never, no matter, even during the worst times of our lives when we had, the military government and all of that, it was never this bad. Even though we were using sawdust to cook. I remember we used to look for, there was no kerosene.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, even the most recent Buhari dot in a circle statement
Wasn't that, but
wasn't
you
particularly
understand
this
what I'm
bad.
saying? We knew, at least, even though it was bigoted too, it was coming.
And his this wasn't.
Exactly. It wasn't this, so when we continue to, I don't like it when we make excuses like that, because this is a very serious issue that everybody needs to condemn forcefully. That man should be, everybody that's going on national TV ought to be calling him out, right? But here we are as Nigerians, we don't even have control anymore of our leaders or our politicians. Everybody's just
And
doing
the
whatever they
question
like.
you would ask yourself is the Igbo people they were referred to, where are they?
Thank
Where
you.
are their leaders? Apart from Kenneth Okonkwo, the
Exactly.
only person who condemned it. You have
Exactly.
a lot of them in the Senate, in the National Assembly. I
They
mean,
don't
their
say
brother is the
anything.
Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of the House. What
House
did
of
he
Rep.
say about it? What has he said about it?
Exactly.
Ha.
This is part of my frustration, and this is why sometimes when people will come and make comments like, why are their brothers not speaking up? And you begin to wonder, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. If it was somebody else in that country they said that kind of thing, you will see everybody from that particular group will be calling this person out. But I don't see the outrage. And it's very, very frustrating sometimes when I look at what's going on in Nigeria. But because I know that if I remain silent and everybody keeps quiet and say, concern me, when it go concern you, go know. When it go show up for front of your door, go know. So how long are we going to continue in this way and think, oh, okay, it's not my business anyway. So whatever, he can say whatever he likes. No, he can't. He cannot say whatever he wants. He needs to be called out. He actually needs to be fired. Left to me, that guy should not be the face of Arise News. He shouldn't even be there in the first place. Anyway, coming to Amaechi, I listened to Amaechi's thing on Space. I actually streamed it on my channel because I really wanted to hear what he had to say, even though zero trust, zero, I mean, very low expectation. Of course, I wasn't disappointed. These people I don't know if Amaechi has ever been around Nigeria and really feel the heat from the people. It's easy to talk big talk. Oh, in the first month, I'm going to end corruption. I'm going to build so many schools in all the
They said all
villages.
that.
What about the schools we have? How about maintaining them? How about fixing them and bringing them up to standard? How about that? Do we have to be building new things when we have old things that are dilapidating? What about the maintenance culture? How about bringing that back and working on what we have and building it up? Why are you building new roads? Anyway, there was nothing motivating about what he said. I wasn't impressed. For me, I just hope that Nigerians will open their eyes so we can all do what we need to do, because whether we like it or not, we can't continue in this trajectory. We cannot afford another year or even a month, over 4 years of this administration. It's going to break Nigeria finally, and that's not what we want. So my own
Nigerians are unbreakable. Is it mine? We wear our elastic limits not to heavens.
precious
Ma.
elasticity, e get where, when you use elastic for, you use am sew cloth,
Hmm.
maybe you get elastic for your cloth, wear that cloth, just dey wear am dey go every time, because you go wash am. You shall not fit dey wear cloth, you no go wash, you go dey wash am. E get elastic, you go wash am. E get where e go reach, that elastic e go snap. You go see the hem, the thread where they take sew am, you see am, e go dey fall apart. Very soon that elastic no go dey hold your body as e dey hold, you go come dey slack. E no get anybody wey be Teflon, no. E no get anybody wey be rock. Well, as long as say na blood dey flow for person veins, e get where e go reach. You sef, you go fold. Na there we dey now for Nigeria. Everything wey we dey hear when they come out of that country every single day, like say na war, na we dey fight every day, every day, every day. You think say people go fit continue like that? E get where e go reach critical. E go get where e go. Everybody wey dey feel say they be elastic, the thing go slack. E get where you go, even rubber band, if you stretch and e go cut. E dey cut. So all the me, I no even dey like this whole thing. Say, oh, well, Nigerians, we know they get me. I know they like am because it's almost like we are saying or admitting to ourselves that we can take the abuse however way it comes. I cannot. I can't. As a human being, as one person, get where you do me, I will push back. I no dey even wait. As you dey dish am, as you dey land, I dey return am. No talk of we not fit be people like that. Oh, maybe now because we dey talk and say, oh, we be elastic. Maybe now make us dey see the docility when they come out of Nigeria. Maybe if we change our narrative and say no, Nigerians go rise. Nigerians go rise very soon. It go happen. So me no dey use that language. I refuse. People dey use am, I dey hear am, but I refuse. I say no. Nigerians go rise. It cannot. We be human. Now blood dey flow for our veins. We are not different from any human species. When we say you go push. When you go push back, that push back, they go they beg them. Nobody go, yes, sorry. Now there we go reach for that Nigeria, because whether we like them or not, that country, we need cleaners. You know what Jerry Rawlings do for Ghana? We need them for Nigeria.
Anyway,
There's no way around it. We need them because we don't feel continue like this. I dey imagine children when they grow up now. Even me was rough growing up in Nigeria. No talk of children when they grow up now. The kind every day I had a break for the things when children they go through. Look at that young girl now, NYC where they refuse to give certificate to
yes,
make
they
it make
refused to give
sense.
her. That is, right. Yeah.
Ray,
They did not give to her.
they did not give it to her. Why? Unto what? So a government institution is keeping malice? Look at what an artist did, trying to go and dive and hug an aircraft. In a sane climb, that man go down, they sit down for psychiatric, they go for psychiatric evaluation first of all. Before he do him serve him sentence. There's no abeg, there's no I'm sorry. If you dey drive for here now, you go over the speed limit. From nowhere, you just see light dey flash behind you. They go just park you, you sef go park. They'll say, ma'am, do you realize you were driving? They go just, the yes, no sorry, no conversation. They just write your ticket, give you. If now warning, you want give you. If now for you to pay for exceeding that speed limit, they go give am to you. Simple. Everybody go their way. If you want to argue it, come to court. The court name, everything go there. We cannot continue like this. Okay, compare that one to wetin Ray do. Person wey literally put the lives of other passengers in danger. Instead, people are focusing so much on the pilots, focusing on the staff, but ignoring the culprit, the main person. Where are we going with that? So our government has become fully bigoted government. Let's not pretend about it. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. Is this how we want to go? Is this how we're going to continue? We cannot it's not possible. We can't continue. The biggest thing, my own be say, now Peter Obi me I want. If he enter there, make everybody job, no job fast, we go take do and devolve the power to the different places. Maybe they do their thing themselves. Because this I saw, these things where we don't see, where we don't hear for Nigeria, our ears don't full, they spill over. We can't continue. It cannot continue. Nigerians are going to rise up and they're going to demand. I believe that with everything that I have. We will not continue like this. No, it's impossible. My sister, make I leave you. I say make I come
Thank you.
support you.
Thank you.
Encourage.
Thank you so much.
We said they fight to we not give
Thank
up.
you.
Only that
Thank
country
you.
we get.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did talk whether we get other citizenship or not, but now one country will go only feel at home, like saying I be our own.
Exactly.
Thank
Exactly. One quick thing when I want to add, right?
you.
Because I hear and I know say you know they talk the topic. I know that you don't discuss them before. Now about Kemi Badnoch. For me
Okay,
personally,
I deliberately just thought to let her sleep, but go ahead and speak
okay.
about it.
Okay. So for Kemi Badnoch, I don't have
She's a
anything.
politician. I feel like
She's
she's
a
a politician and
politician.
she has the right to, but just go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Let me get your
You understand? That's exactly what you just said. That is how I feel about it. She's a politician. She has every right to say, I do not associate, or I don't acknowledge being Nigerian or whatever. She has that right.
And you know why it is even dicey for her. Whether you like it or not, racism still there for most of these countries.
Of course.
She's a politician in a country. So if she no show her obvious condemnation of anything, they like say she no way they like say she did against waiting her people they can't do for their way be mago mago. They no go free believe her. Do you understand? So she
They
knows what
don't.
she's
Some
doing.
people they some people they when they don't believe her. Some of her reps for that same parliament, some of them they say wait till she they talk. Whether she still say they go believe wait till she they talk, they don't believe her. But my own point be say, Kemi comments as they pay Nigerians, may they do something about it.
About
That's it. If they pay you, let's do something
something
about
about
it.
it.
You know, people say, okay, person they talk say, this house they smell, this house they smell. Can you imagine? My father's house smells. Oh, if they tell everybody, you want to be member of that house, what you supposed to do? You say, see as this girl they disgrace us. I am will go clean up, make the girl no see anything talk about. Instead of being outraged, how about looking inwards? How about really looking inwards and trying to fix the situation
But you
that
know
we
that
have?
that's never been our style, right?
Yeah, well, we have to learn it.
All
We
right.
have to, right?
Thank
Think
you.
we have to learn. We can't remain like this. But anyway, thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you.
so much,
Have a
Amoye. Always a
wonderful rest of
pleasure.
the
Thank you.
weekend.
Thank you
Sure.
so much. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend too. Thank you so much. Okay. Who's my next boss stop? Henry. Have I met you, Henry? Hello. Good evening, Henry.
No, good evening. I know it's night there now. Yeah,
It's
because it's
okay.
still
It's
evening
evening
here.
still. So we stick for Nigeria. We'll still a great good evening. Oh yeah, go ahead. Shoot sharply so that go fit do
Okay,
validation there.
well, I don't have much to say, but all I
Hmm.
want to say is that one, we live in a lawless country.
Hmm.
You know, some people think that the country belongs to them, so they can do whatever thing they want to do and get away with it. And that's what it is now, big manism. But once you are highly connected, you know, if you commit anything, nobody really cares. Even if they know, they will just cover it. So such a country can never grow, you know. And me, I still believe that division. If there's any way to scatter the whole place, let them scatter it. Everybody should go their way.
Now waiting you won't come
Yeah.
talk here.
I mean,
Ah.
what do you want make a talk now? I mean, I will tell you, you know, waiting there for my mind now. I mean, I'm just trying to air my own opinion now.
All right,
You
no
know,
problem. Now your
yeah,
opinion be that, my brother.
yeah.
Thank you.
A place where no they good now. How you want make it they good? Because it can never be good now. Because if our people wants a change, that change can happen anytime. It can happen within because we have the population to make a change. But I think our people they don't want that change, so they will suffer. They will suffer for it. Because if you check other countries, anytime they decide this, just for example, Bangladesh, when they feel the heat of their country, everybody rise up and they chase away their president. They even go there drink. Some people drink tea. You know, people who have never have access to the to their
Yeah.
to the power this thing to their house. They were able to have access. I think you
Oh,
witness
we
it
saw
now.
the outrage. Yes, of course we
Yes.
did.
So when any day Nigeria say enough is enough, that change will come. Nothing can stop it. Even no matter how military might, they can never stop it. But now we just they there. Because everybody wants to see if they can get to the power, you know, then so that now turn by turn, now we call it turn by turn Nigerian Limited. So everybody are waiting for their turn. So and that is why and again some of these things that's going on in our country, it's begin from our family. People will do something. You try to caution them. More especially our parents. If you want to say something, they will tell you, shut up. Why will you say this thing? That's where all these things started. You know, you will see a child in a family, but that child will be vocal because sometimes these are parents. Because our parents, they are also our problem too. Because the kind of parent we have, they didn't teach us well.
Yes, they
They
didn't
didn't
teach us.
let the.
We can be vocal. Yeah. In fact, there was
That's what
one
I'm saying.
since
Now, so if you want,
I
yeah.
gave somebody this analogy. You said, I said, look at an average American child and an average Nigerian child. I mean, no, be this new generation Nigerian children don't need outspoken. I mean, the average Nigerian child we from
Mhm.
our normal brought up home. The difference we say, the American child, then they groom you to believe saying that you be the leader of the world and today outspoken, today this, today that. But the Nigerian child, you're groomed to know that you can't talk while your elders are talking. So how can you be interested in conversations that will shape your life as a child? Now, part of waiting lead us to the ignorance where we get today. Here we day. So I kind of agree with you to an
Yeah,
extent.
and again, another thing I want to say again, you see, these churches, they are one of our problem too. See, these new churches, new generation churches, they make our people don't reason again. You know me, I think ever since I left Nigeria and come to this part of the world, I never get sick. And I don't even pray because when I wake up, I have what to eat. The road they are good. I go to work, they pay me
So
my
most of your
my
prayer points don't they answered.
which kind I don't pray. I don't pray. Even my wife, sometimes she always say I don't want to go to church. Well, I said that church you they go. The thing where God they talk. I they see them. I don't need to pray for it. I they see light. I they see water. I they drink good water. Not be saying now water. You go there walk out for road. Even rain they fall. Rain cannot stop you. Snow cannot stop you not to go to work. So waiting again, you won't come tell me, about your prayer point. Because all this thing I'm mentioning for our place now prayer point.
Mm-hmm.
Now a prayer point. Because I remember even when I was coming to this country, I used to go to Tarina, they say pray for this, pray for this.
Mm.
But as soon as you come here, you begin
All your
to
tarry end.
everything will end. He said, I'm telling you, I mean, I've lived in this country for 21 years. I've never sick. So which kind of prayer I won't pray? And since I came to this country, I've been working. I never like think any dime. For the fact you know how to control your money,
Work.
how to manage your money, you're okay. I don't beg. Like here, I don't beg anybody. Nobody beg. I mean, I have my parents, they are here, but I don't beg them for anything. I don't ask them for anything. Then they don't ask me. That's how the country is. And that's how our place is supposed to be. So that everybody will be serious what they are doing. But since we don't have such setting, I'm not saying that you can't help. I do help. I do help. Don't get me wrong. I do help. But I'm just telling you, that's how countries should be. So that everybody will know. I mean, this America we are even talking about. When I remember when we were very young, when I was in Port Harcourt, the part of Port Harcourt we used to live, there's no difference between here and America. There's no difference between that Port Harcourt and this America. Because I used to live in Forces Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the white people, we talk. The road was good. Everything was good. But when I went back and I said, man, this Port Harcourt they used to call Port Harcourt of Garden City.
Garden City.
No more Garden City. That time I remember, if you stay in a bar road and look, the whole place is very clean, all the way to Oil Mill. But now, if you go there now, you can't even talk. Even I can't even understand. Even I prefer going to the village to stay because village is kind of give me that peace of mind I want. So my sister,
Thank you.
I don't know what to say, but because a lot of people here some say they will go back, some say they won't go back. But I believe if our people believe that country will change, it can change anytime. The power is in our hand. Those people that is there, I mean, it's just few of them. But any day, everybody rise up and say, this is it. I think that freedom will come. But if that freedom come, but this thing, remember this mentality we have is a generation mentality. The set of people, they will come and start their own too. So how are we going to manage it too? Because as we are talking, not everybody have that information, because the information, just like the way we have access to internet. I mean, some people might even want to listen to this, but they don't have
So,
data
so,
to.
so, so that is what I'm telling you. I had said here before that the initial plan for this conversation will make me the drum for pidgin English. Now, so that we will feel cut out excerpts of some of this conversation, pay for airtime for our local radio stations, them permanent airtime no go dey play, even if na 30 minutes every day, make people dey hear am. But that costs a lot of money, and I'm starting
Yes,
gradually. You know that this is self-funding, so I'm starting gradually, and I'm hoping that gradually I would perhaps get the kind of resources I want to begin. I'm hoping that before the election, I'll be able to get resources to put out except of every conversation we have here across and in fact
yeah,
I even plan to even interpret in languages, especially
yeah,
Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, put
yeah,
across Nigeria,
yeah.
most of those
That would make a
stations.
very big sense. I mean, you can just set up like this thing. People will donate. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
mind
I
if
don't
you
know how
set
to
up
do
this.
that. I don't know how to do that. But then let's
No,
just hope that we'll keep pushing until when we get to that level.
yeah. So, well, the bottom line is, like as I say,
Hmm.
the power is in us. It's within us.
Yes, yes.
So,
We must take
whatever
the
thing
right
we want,
decision.
if we want to
Yes.
take up the power, it's just us.
Hmm.
Everything is in us. So if they don't want the country to be together, like as I say, everybody can find their levels. You know,
Yeah.
it's not by force to force everybody together because look, I'm an Igbo person. I can't even understand Yoruba. Like if I go to Lagos, I have to even bring a Yoruba person to interpret everything for me, to do
But
things for me.
that is really wacko, and we call Lagos a metropolitan city. I mean, the other day, one of my guests was saying that one of the only cities that is truly metropolitan in Nigeria is
It's Port
actually
Harcourt.
River State.
It's Port Harcourt.
It's River
Yeah,
State
Port Harcourt.
because it's
Yeah,
only
Port
in
Harcourt.
River
At
State
least
that you go to. I think Warri too, Warri Delta State too, because it's only in those places that you go to that it's Pidgin English that is the first language you'll be spoken to. Do you
yeah.
understand?
So like
Anywhere
for
you dey
me,
go to, nobody will
yeah,
speak any
for me,
language for you at all for
yeah,
River
for me, I
State.
mean that country should have been one of the best country in the whole wide world. Had it been if we get our act together, make sure at least like when people come. I mean, you would have seen a lot of foreigners trooping in and out. Nigeria should have been the hub of
Have you
every.
forgotten there was a time that people from other countries used to come to our hospitals here? UCH Ibadan.
Yes, now I mean this
They
thing I'm
used to
telling
come
you.
at school
Yeah,
here
even
too.
if
So I
do you know
mean,
that? Do you know that? Like I was telling somebody, you see this more people are doing more, 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 more. I remember when we were very small, my mom used to take us to Leventi Superstore, Fat Bull,
Kingsway.
Superboard,
Mm.
all this ice cream, all these things. It was, I mean, I said when I came to US, I just say, is it not this thing that we used to have there? What's the difference? Eh? What's the difference? There wasn't any difference because all those things was there. It's for just the leaders to maintain all those things. It will be, there's nothing because we have every good weather, you know, good food,
Very good
everything
weather. We
good.
wanna not
But
get to wanna not get them there. Oh.
we don't get that. That's what I'm saying. Now, good weather in Nigeria,
Mm.
good weather, everything. You they just scatter everything. They just scatter everything. So sometimes when I look at it, I say, "God, we can even this Nigeria we're even talking about, for him to even get better. By that time, say, "Oh, don't die." Other people,
Na
maybe
lie
now
oh.
our fourth
Na
or tenth
lie.
generation.
Maybe
No,
now
no,
you
no.
want that. Me, I don't want that you.
What do you want me to say now? Since 1960 now, they can't even maintain this. We are talking about almost six decades now. They can't even maintain it. So when will it happen again? Look at
Thank you.
even like the South Korea. I think
Mm.
we and South Korea started Malaysia, South Korea, Malaysia, even Bangladesh, even India self. When them, I mean, we're supposed to be like at least we're supposed to be like South Korea now of Africa. That's our level. That's the level I look at Nigeria. But nothing. Upon we have people who are very intelligent, but everything, nothing to show for. So I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you so much. I
But what
appreciate it.
I keep saying it, the power is in the people, and it's within us. It's outside us. Whatever thing we want to do, I mean, we can do the change. I wish people would listen. What I'm saying. Let me go. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Do have a great night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, Nigerians. That's the most I can take this evening. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always amazing to have all of you. If you've not been following us on other social media, what do you get to gain now? Not gonna be everybody they come YouTube. With the context app they put for Twitter and all that. Follow us so that your village people go follow us too now. Go to Facebook at Precious Amy TV. It's a new channel that was opened for this show specifically on YouTube. Precious in it. Sorry, did I say YouTube? Facebook. Precious in it TV. Just as it is on YouTube. Just go there. Follow us now. Follow us. Follow us. We have about 18K plus here. If all of us follow like that, it will make sense now. Follow us on Facebook at Precious in TV. On Twitter at Precious in TV. On Instagram, same thing at Precious in TV. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has been part of the show. And also do also subscribe here if you haven't done so before. Subscribe, like, and share this post, please. Share. In fact, you can cut excerpt of the show. So I notice a lot of content users use my content and all that. I don't have a problem with it. I can't have a problem with it. That's actually the original intention, so that we spread this information. Some of them go fit cut and small, share for WhatsApp group them, all that, so that people could hear some of this information them we be say we dey give out, so that the message could go far. I beg until we get money reach to go our promised land, when we go begin excerpts for different radio stations. One day we'll go reach there. All right. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone. Thank you so immensely for being part of the show. Thank you for your unalloyed support, I like to say, because you guys have been amazing. And of course, I love Honor Right. I love you guys so much. Protect your mental health, very important. I'll see you again tomorrow evening with Prince Francis Chilaka. That is, good night and God bless you. Thank you so much.